The film opens with Detective Hardy, a jaded and morally compromised cop, reflecting on his past choices through a brief, moody voiceover. We learn he's estranged from his family, including his daughter, and is struggling with the weight of his corrupt actions while working in a seedy unnamed city. This backstory is delivered quickly, showing a fleeting glimpse of his family life before cutting to him buying a last-minute Christmas gift in a rundown convenience store, hinting at his attempt to reconnect despite his flaws. The scene shifts to a high-octane car chase. A gang of thieves steal a truck loaded with washing machines that secretly contain illegal substances. They're pursued by a group of narcotics squad detectives, including Vincent and his colleagues, leading to a chaotic pursuit. During the chase, Detective Cortez is critically wounded and needs to be hospitalized. After the chase, Charlie and Mia deliver the stolen cocaine to Shuey, a triad leader, to settle a debt Mia owes from a previous car theft. This meeting is interrupted by masked assailants who storm the hideout and kill Shuey and his enforcers. Elsewhere, Walker and his new partner, Ellie, are cruising back to the station when their radio cracks to life. A deadly shooting just occurred at a downtown club. Within seconds, they're racing through slick city streets toward the scene. Inside the club, the scene is devastating: bodies scattered on the floor, tables overturned, patrons lying motionless in pools of blood. A thick, ominous quiet hangs over the place. What's more chilling, bags of untouched illegal substances sit amid the carnage. Whoever did this wasn't after drugs, they were after people. Ellie reviews surveillance footage they've obtained. They spot Charlie and Mia, slipping through the chaos. Shockingly, Mia appears to be holding a pistol. But as they scan the scene, they realize there are no spent shell casings in the club. Instead, they find cartridge cases from an assault rifle. That means someone else was using heavier firepower, and Mia probably didn't kill anyone, which makes her a spectator rather than the shooter. Later, Walker finds himself in the austere office of real estate mogul and politician named Bumont, father of Charlie. Walker confronts Bumont with the facts: his son was at the club crime scene. Bumont reacts with barely hidden annoyance. He wants to protect his campaign, not deal with a criminal son. Then, Bumont reminds Walker of something terrifying: law enforcement, including Walker, once robbed Beaumont's cartel-linked contacts, something that could destroy Walker's life if exposed. Beaumont lays out the terms: help find and shield Charlie, keep his name out of the press, and once it's done, Walker owes him nothing more. The following day, Walker goes to Chinatown, looking for leads. He roughs up a local criminal and forces him to open a door to a rundown hideout. Inside, they find the only survivor of last night's shootout, bleeding and barely coherent. Walker demands to know Charlie's whereabouts. The survivor mumbles that 3 masked men burst in with guns and opened fire. They don't know who they were, it all happened too fast. Meanwhile, at the morgue, Shuey's mob family arrives to claim his body. In a silent transition from grief to rage, Shuey's mother brutally kills 4 of his guards. She spares only 1 guard, ordering him to find the people responsible for Shuey's death. Down at the hospital, Walker visits his wounded colleague, Officer Cortez. He speaks with Cortez's wife, offering support, but she's fearful. Cortez keeps drifting in and out of consciousness and whispering about the cartel robbery and an undercover officer's death. Walker lies and blames it on head injuries. That moment flickers something inside Walker, a memory from years ago he's been trying to bury. He was part of a raid with crooked officers. They found themselves holed up in a cartel safe house and someone came down the stairs. Walker assumed it was cartel enforcement and attacked. But the victim was actually an undercover agent. Walker tried to help, but his own partners refused and killed him. Elsewhere, Mia takes a few photos of herself in front of a blank wall, staying serious and focused. She's helping her uncle Raul arrange for a fake passport, one for her, and one for Charlie. They're desperate, with both the cartel and the police after them. It's the only way out. Raul watches her, as he's not convinced this is the right move. After a pause, he pleads with her to leave Charlie behind. He tells her that Charlie has a wealthy, politically connected father who can protect him. But Mia refuses. She's not leaving Charlie. Raul sees she's made up her mind, so he hands her a burner phone and tells her he'll call as soon as the passports are ready. Meanwhile, at the station, Walker walks in as Ellie greets him with new findings. She's found a fragment of one of the masks used at the Nightclub massacre, and she's already sent it for DNA analysis. Walker asks if she's had any luck tracing Mia and Charlie. Ellie tells him she discovered that Mia has an uncle, who owns a scrapyard on the city's edge. She suspects he may be sheltering them. Later, Walker heads to the scrapyard. As he arrives, Raul sees him and panics. He bolts inside and tries to destroy the fake IDs and documents, but Walker corners him and snatches them before he can. Raul insists he doesn't know where the kids are, but Walker pushes back. He tells Raoul that he knows Mia and Charlie didn't commit the murders. But they're in deep danger, and unless he helps, no one will be able to protect them. Raoul hesitates, then hands Walker the burner phone and says Mia will call him soon. He'll use that moment to help Walker locate them. Elsewhere, Beaumont, stuck in traffic, grows impatient. He tells his driver to take the shoulder if necessary. The city streets are jammed, and he's not a man used to waiting. Masked bikers, riding in formation, close in. Before Beaumont can react, the driver is shot. The bodyguard is taken out next, then the secretary. A phone is given to him, and on the other end of the line, Shui's mother speaks. She tells him she's a grieving mother and she holds Charlie responsible for her son's murder. Suddenly, Beaumont is yanked out of the car and kidnapped. Later that night, Walker receives a tip that Mia is hiding out at a club downtown. He goes in alone, and finds her. Walker tries to talk to her, asks her where Charlie is, but she refuses to say. Then Mia glances over Walker's shoulder and stiffens. Vincent, Hayes, and Jimmy walk in. She tells Walker that those are the guys who killed Shui. They're here for her because she and Charlie are the only witnesses. The detectives approach and demand Walker step aside, but he refuses. Suddenly, Shui's mother's crew bursts into the club from all sides, guns blazing. They came for Mia, and they won't stop. Walker defends her while Mia also fights back just as fiercely. In the thick of it, Charlie arrives through a side door and grabs Mia's hand, trying to pull her to safety. Gunfire explodes throughout the building as rival gangs, crooked cops, and hitmen clash inside the club. Raoul, trying to help them escape, throws Mia through a doorway just in time, then takes bullets in his back, and dies. Walker, Mia, and Charlie make a run for it. They sprint through a service hallway and dive into Walker's car. A cartel member opens fire, bullets tearing into the body of the car, but Walker floors it and escapes. A few minutes later, the scene outside the club is flooded with police. Ellie is among them, but she gets a call from Walker. He tells her that Vincent, Hayes, and Jimmy were behind Shui's murder. He believes they were after something hidden inside the shipment of illegal substances. Then he tells Ellie to head to the hospital quickly. He fears that Cortez, still recovering there, knows too much and could be targeted. Ellie arrives at the hospital. On the security monitors, she spots a known gang enforcer in the building and pulling a gun. She rushes down the corridor, but she's too late. Cortez and his wife are found dead. Ellie catches the shooter just as he tries to flee and arrests him, cuffing him and throwing him into the back of her squad car. Elsewhere, Walker, Mia, and Charlie reach a rundown cabin hidden deep in the woods. Inside, they catch their breath. Charlie's shaken, Mia is tense but trying to stay calm, and Walker, bruised and bloodied, moves fast to get some kind of backup. He makes a call to Beaumont, hoping the old man can use his influence to send help. But the line doesn't go how he expects. When someone answers, it's not Beaumont. It's Shui's mother. She's already gotten to him, and now, with Walker's call, she has their location. The moment he hangs up, headlights start showing through the trees. Gunfire erupts before anyone can blink. A wave of cartel soldiers surrounds the cabin and lights it up. Bullets tear through the walls. Walker, Charlie, and Mia drop to the floor and scramble for cover. They fire back, trying to hold off the attackers, but there are too many. The wood splinters around them, and the cabin becomes a trap. The three are eventually dragged outside by the cartel, beaten and held at gunpoint. A black SUV pulls up, and Beaumont steps out, visibly roughed up and defeated. Shui's mother hands him a pistol and calmly tells him to choose. She wants revenge. And now, she's forcing Beaumont to kill either his own son or the girl she believes is responsible for her son's death. Beaumont's hand shakes as he raises the gun. Slowly, he turns toward Mia. Charlie steps in between them and pleads with his father. He swears they didn't kill Shui. He tells Beaumont that if he's going to kill Mia, he has to kill him too. The moment hangs, heavy and tense. Soon, Ellie arrives with Vincent and Hayes, as well as one of Shui's former bodyguards, now in cuffs. Ellie calls out the truth. She tells Shui's mother that Vincent and Hayes were the ones who ambushed and murdered her son, all for a cut of the illegal shipment. She turns to the bodyguard and tells him to speak. Shaking, he admits he sold Shui out. He says he thought he'd come out on top, thought he'd take Shui's place in the underworld. Shui's mother's face doesn't change, but her silence speaks volumes. Suddenly, Hayes lashes out. He grabs a nearby gun and aims it at Charlie, but it's not Charlie who's hit. Beaumont throws himself into the line of fire to save his son, and he crumples to the ground. Everything explodes into chaos. Gunfire rings out in every direction as cartel members and corrupt officers fall. Ellie takes cover, returning fire. Mia drags Charlie to safety. Walker catches sight of Vincent trying to make a run for it with a bag of illegal substances. Walker chases him through the woods, adrenaline pushing him past his pain. Vincent reaches the train tracks and tries to hop onto a moving train, but Walker shoots him in the leg. Vincent tries to raise his gun, but Walker doesn't hesitate, and puts him down. A little later, in the calm after the storm, Ellie meets with Charlie and Mia. She tells them the truth: even though the real killers are dead, Shui's cartel won't stop. They'll still believe Charlie and Mia had something to do with it. The only way to survive is to disappear. Mia drives away, exhausted but at least alive. Later, Ellie finds Walker, bleeding from a gunshot wound. But luckily, help is already on its way. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe for more notifications. Until next time. See you soon.